After the path ends, something very quiet is revealed. Not a new understanding, not a deeper silence, not a higher realization, but the absence of position. No inner center, no outer edge. Part 15 begins when life is no longer organized around where you are. Why center was never real. The idea of a center was subtle. It felt like, I'm here. Life is happening out there. I'm aware of this. Even after the path ended, this structure can linger. But look closely. Where exactly is this center? In the body? In the mind? In awareness? Each location dissolves when examined. The discovery, experience has nitrogen monoxide middle at a certain depth, something simple is seen. Experience has no center point. Sound does not come from somewhere and travel to you. Seeing does not originate in an observer. Thought does not arise to someone. Everything appears without reference. This is not mystical. It is obvious once seen. Real life, losing the inner location, a man noticed something unexpected. He could no longer locate himself inside. No watcher behind the eyes, no listener behind the ears, no presence behind experience. Yet nothing was lost. Function improved. Life felt more immediate, not distant. Why edge also collapses. If there is no center, there can be no edge. No boundary where you end and life begins. But this is not a belief in oneness. It is the absence of division. The idea of inside and outside simply stops organizing perception. Life without distance, without center or edge. Listening is direct, touch is intimate, vision is open. Thought is light, there is no gap to cross. Life does not approach you. Life is already happening. Real-life conversation without a someone. A woman noticed conversations changed. She wasn't in them. She wasn't monitoring herself. Words appeared. Responses flowed. There was no sense of managing interaction. Conversation became movement, not performance. Why this is not dissociation, this is important. This is not spacing out, not numbness, not detachment. It is increased intimacy. Everything feels closer, because nothing is filtered through position. Joel warned against confusing absence of self with absence of life. Here, life is vivid. The end of inner orientation. Earlier, you oriented inward. Am I present? Am I aligned? Am I centered? These questions lose meaning. There is nothing to align with. Life has no axis. Real life, nitrogen monoxide need to ground. A man noticed he no longer grounded himself. No breathing technique. No centering ritual. Stress still appeared. But it resolved without strategy, because nothing was being pulled away from center. Emotion without ownership. Emotion still arises. Joy, sadness, anger. But emotion does not land on someone. It moves freely. Without center, emotion cannot accumulate. This is why suffering decreases sharply here. Real life, sadness that passes completely. A woman felt sadness come strongly. Tears came, but there was no me being sad. Sadness moved through like weather. It ended cleanly. Nothing remained to remember it. The body without a controller. The body continues. It eats, moves, rests, but no one is driving it. This is not loss of control. It is the end of imagined control. The body always knew how to live. Why fear cannot stabilize. Fear needs a center to protect. Without a center, fear may arise biologically, but it cannot stabilize psychologically. There is nowhere for it to lodge. It flares, then dissolves. Real life, fear without a story. A man felt sudden fear. Heart rate increased. But no narrative followed. No, what if? Fear ended where it began. This is fear without identity. No observer. Nitrogen monoxide participant. You are not observing life. You are not participating in life. Those roles require distance. Here, there is only activity without roles. Walking happens, speaking happens, listening happens, No one is doing them. Why responsibility becomes easier without center. Responsibility simplifies. You respond when needed. You stop when needed. No guilt. No burden. Responsibility becomes situational, not personal. Real life, helping without self-image, a woman helped someone spontaneously. No thought of kindness. No self-image as helper. Afterward, nothing remained. No pride. No exhaustion. This is service without center. The collapse of perspective. Perspective assumes a viewpoint. Here, viewpoint dissolves. You no longer see from somewhere. Seeing simply happens. This is why judgment fades. Judgment requires a position to judge from. Ordinary life, undivided life looks ordinary. Shopping, work, family. Nothing appears special. But nothing feels separate. Ordinariness becomes profound because nothing is excluded. Real life, nothing left out. A man noticed everything belonged. Noise, silence, beauty, mess. Nothing needed correction. Life felt inclusive. Why this feels like the final unfolding, earlier parts removed. Effort, doer, time, dialogue, seeking, path, now. Even location dissolves. There is nowhere to stand. And no need to stand anywhere. Right now, gently notice. Where is your center? Don't answer mentally. Just look. See how experience does not organize itself around a point. Let that be enough. What remains? Not awareness, not presence, not I am. Those were maps. What remains has no position. It is life itself, happening without center or edge. If this part resonated beyond understanding, like this video so others can find it, subscribe for teachings that dissolve the final boundaries. And comment below. No center. No edge.